Today in our journal, we're going to continue drawing rectangles that have sides that are fractional units. Like yesterday, if you remember, we looked at some different sizes of bathroom tiles and we drew those in our journal, but we drew them in inches because we were drawing tiles that were like a 1/2 inch long and a 1/2 inch wide. And we talked about how small these rectangles and squares could be. We also found their area by multiplying the length times the width. Today I want to draw some more bathroom tiles or some more rectangles. Now the first bathroom tile that I would like to draw is going to measure 1 inch long. So here are the supplies we're going to need, by the way. You're going to need your dark skinny marker, your pencil, and some colored pencils. Pause the video for a moment if you need to grab those things. Pencil, dark skinny marker, and some colored pencils. 2 or 3 colored pencils should be plenty. Okay, again, the next rectangle or bathroom tile, you can think of it that way. The next tile we're going to draw is 1 inch long. And this time it's going to be 1/3 of an inch wide. Now, if you think back to the ruler we used yesterday, there's no thirds here. I see a 1/2, I see 1/4, I see 3/4, but I don't see a 1/3 anywhere. So what we're going to have to do, we're going to have to figure out where would 1/3 of an inch be. And to help us do that, we need to use our pencil to break this grid into thirds. So let's grab our pencil. And I want us to draw lines where our thirds would be. So our thirds are going to look like this. Okay, now grab your black marker. Now we can draw a length, or a width I should say, of 1/3 inch. Notice how it goes down one of the sections, but not the other two. That means 1 out of 3. Okay, fill in your rectangle. And then let's label our length and our width. Our top is 1 inch long. You can abbreviate IN for inch. And then our width is 1/3 inch. Now you can shade that with any color you wish. I'm going to use red.
Here's the thing that we're going to work on today. Last week you were absent. Last week
Okay, now let's find the area of our rectangle. Remember, area is length times width. So if we multiply 1/3 times 1, the area would equal 1/3. Remember, any number times 1 is going to be that same number. So without even multiplying, I know it's going to be 1/3. Now, there's different ways to write this area. We can write 1/3 square inch, or you could write 1/3 inch squared, and that's using your little exponent for the squared. Now, I want you to study that picture again. Can you tell just by looking at our square inch that the red rectangle only takes up 1/3 of it? See how we broke it into 3 pieces and we only colored one of them? That's 1/3. That's why our area is 1/3. Okay, the next one we're going to draw, I think I'm going to tell you the dimensions first before we draw it. The next one I want to draw is going to measure 1/4 of an inch long times 3/4 of an inch wide. Now I know I could get my rulers out, but I want to see if we could do this without the rulers because there's times where we may not have a ruler handy. Okay, pick one of the squares that you're going to draw in. I think I'll go right here. I need to draw a line that is 1/4 of an inch long. Now that means I need to see what fourths would look like. So with our pencil, let's draw some grid lines in to help us see what fourths would look like. So let's split this square into fourths. Okay, there are my fourths. And with my marker, my rectangle is going to measure 1/4 of an inch long. So that means my line is only going to cover one of the sections out of 4 sections total.
So Brooklyn should
Okay,
have
now I need to draw the width. The width is 3/4 of an inch long. So just like I had to draw fourths going across the top of my rectangle, now I need to draw fourths going down the side. That's like drawing fourths on top of fourths. It will look like this. Use your pencil.
just that yellow paper. All right. So you all don't. Some of you don't have yours on color, but that's okay.
Okay, see the fourths? If you look going down the edge of our square, I made 4 sections. Those are fourths. And we're going to draw a line that measures 3/4 of an inch. So that's like 1, 2, 3 of those sections wide.
Kind of a way for you to.
Use your marker to fill in the rectangle.
So just organizing your thoughts.
And then you can use any color you wish to fill that in.
The yellow page, correct? That's where we're finding. That's where we're finding what we can see.
Now, the reason that I'm having you use that pencil to draw those grid lines in, we should be able just to look at our drawing and tell the area just by looking at the amount of space that's been colored. Notice how there's 3 boxes shaded orange? That's our numerator.
Demonstrations can be done in the following.
Area equals 3 out of how many pieces total?
Leadership.
Well, I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. There's 3 shaded out of 16 total. That's the fraction 3/16. Now look at your fractions. If you would have multiplied those together, would you still get 3/16? Yes, you should. That's how you find area, length times width. So let's finish labeling our area. Area equals 3/16 square inch, or inches squared, however you wish to write that.
It's got like your
Okay, let's do one more.
planning thing.
This time I'm going to go ahead and give you the dimensions.
Interest or areas interest you.
This rectangle is going to measure
Easily demonstrate. We're narrowing down that thing.
2/3 of an inch long
And then we've got this little planning.
times 1/2
Um,
of an inch wide.
reduction, and it kind of tells
So if I need to draw 2/3, I'm not going to be able to use my ruler on this one because remember our ruler only shows us halves and fourths. So let's use our pencil to draw us some grid lines.
Didn't you do one of these before?
Okay, so if I want to draw a line that measures 2/3 of an inch, I need to see where my thirds will be. Use your pencil to show me thirds.
4H. Am I correct in saying so, Adam?
See how I drew 3 sections there?
It was just on one of
Now with my marker, I can draw a line that measures 2
this one.
thirds long. That means it measures 2 sections, but not the third section.
I want you to think about you've got those 2 pieces of
Okay?
paper in front of you.
Now the other
Are these
dimension, the width, is going to be 1/2 of an inch long. You can probably see where that's going to be, but let's use our grid line just to help us.
this sheet is
Go to half, which would be halfway.
like the topic,
Draw a grid line,
and then these are going to be
and our width is going to be half of that square, so 1/2 inch.
what made you want to do your speech on.
I'm going to use my marker to fill in the other sides of the rectangle,
Let's take a
and I'm going to label it. I forgot to label that last one. So let's label the width is 1/2 inch wide,
section.
and the length across the top is 2/3 inch long. Okay, now you can shade that. Any color that you just happen to have nearby.
Okay, and we're kind of deciding what do we want to do this project on.
Okay, again, remember there's different ways to find area. You can just multiply the length times the width. You can also look at the shaded portion. I see 6 boxes total. And out of those 6 parts, 2 of them are shaded. So that means my area should be 2/6. And even if you multiplied, see how you would get the fraction 2/6 for your area? So our area is 2/6 inches squared, or 2/6 of a square inch. Now, if you simplified that, you probably put equals 1/3 of a square inch. And that's also correct, because this yellow rectangle takes up 1/3 of our square. Okay, so for today, remember we're still practicing area. To find area, we multiply the length times the width. Sometimes our rectangles have areas with fractional sides. That means that the area is not going to fill up 1 square inch because the rectangle's smaller. The area is smaller than 1 square inch because our rectangle didn't even fill up the entire square that we were drawing inside of.